some of you might even want to go back to that, quote, bombshell interview with Meghan Markle, a.k.a. the Duchess of Sussex, and Oprah Winfrey, where she put forward various ideas. Meghan Markle, put forward various ideas that weren't really challenged in any way, shape or form. Let's go to other matters now concerning the Duchess of Sussex, who, we read, could be called as a witness in the civil suit against Prince Andrew, brought by, of course, women who accused him of various sexual practices which he denies. A lawyer acting for Virginia Guiffre has said the Duchess of Sussex, and I quote, is someone we can count on to tell the truth. And, he goes on, there are 3 reasons she may be deposed. 1, she's in the US, so we have jurisdiction. 2, she has somebody who obviously, for at least a period of time, was a close associate of Prince Andrew. I'm subbing this, by the way. 3 is she is someone who we can count on to tell the truth. Sorry, a little catch there. Joseph Kotrie-Monson is criminal defence lawyer to be found at Kotrie-Monson Solicitors firm on Fleet Street, specialising in this area. OK, Governor, the likelihood of seeing the Duchess of Sussex in court. Morning.
Good morning, Nick. Well, I guess there are 2 questions that need to be asked here. And first is whether there is any good reason strategically to think that anyone could think it was a good idea to call as a witness someone who is a relative of the person on the other side, the person you are suing. And secondly, if it's not a good idea, why on earth are you saying that you're going to be doing it? Well, Nick, firstly, the principle in litigation is this. You don't call as a witness to help you in your case somebody who will not be motivated to help you. Common sense, really, or someone who can't be predicted to say things that don't help, that help you. And a relative of the defendant in a civil claim is not really likely to want to help out. And in any case, it's common sense, isn't it? There isn't an allegation in any of the pleadings served so far, the documentation served on the court, that either Prince Charles or Meghan Markle or anyone else that these lawyers are threatening to try to summon, that they are witnesses to fact. It's hard to imagine that a judge would allow to be heard the testimony of witnesses for the plaintiff, Guiffre, who will only say positive things about the defendant. And like I said, none of them really witnesses to fact. Would it be easier for Meghan Markle for this to happen on the basis that she lives in the US? That's an interesting question. Not much, because the issue actually isn't the location of the witness, more is this evidence relevant? And evidence to be heard in court has to pass the test of relevance as opposed to it being merely prejudicial or scary, which is kind of what this kind of evidence sounds like, designed to disrupt, really. Now, the Duchess of Sussex didn't know the Duke of York. Prince Charles isn't said by anyone to have witnessed anything, so it's hard to see that evidence could be relevant to either side. Real question here, Nick.
Yep.
If there's no strategic legal advantage to it, what on earth are the plaintiff's lawyers playing at? I'm afraid I'm reluctantly, Nick, but inexorably drawn to the conclusion that this is simply on the basis of the mayhem factor. Embarrassment, intimidation, threat of shame, increased publicity. These are all things in the arsenal of the stereotypical litigation lawyer, which have no legal bearing, but can be tactically effective in the obtaining of large settlements, turning up the heat on the target from all angles. I'm afraid it's a tried and tested approach, and it's popular with lawyers because it's effective. These are parlour tricks. They're used in bad litigation the world over. The bad apple police officer who starts randomly asking Nick about somebody's wife in an interview when she's nothing to do with it, just to destabilise a suspect, or a commercial lawyer who sends you a nasty legal letter at close of play on a Friday, so you have to stew on it over the weekend. Nick, parlour tricks, nothing to do with how the business of law should be done. They're unpleasant, but for a client as well advised as Prince Andrew clearly is, they're nothing really that a defendant in civil proceedings should pay much attention to.
Fantastic analysis. Joseph, thank you. No wonder you are so busy. Joseph Kotrie-Monson, criminal defence lawyer at the firm Kotrie-Monson Solicitors on Fleet Street, specialising in that particular field.